And he added to that empire today. It would appear Jay-Z's streaming music service Tidal is now live. Jay-Z and co-owners Alicia Keys, Beyonce, Daft Punk, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Jack White, Madonna, and members of Coldplay and Arcade Fire made it all official. The service will compete against streaming services like Spotify and others. Joining us now is Andrew Hampp from Billboard magazine. You were there.
I was there.
So tell me a little bit about this event. I mean, it looked like it was a pretty big deal.
It was. You know, for one thing, it was mostly symbolic, right? To have 16 of the biggest names in music all in one place, you know, signing this huge, you know, deal to represent what the future of music might look like. You know, it's placing a big bet on how artists get paid going forward.
So there are, as we mentioned, many streaming services out there now, Spotify being the biggest one. At first glance, the biggest part of this, the differentiation here, is A, that they're saying they're going to compensate, I think, the artist a little bit better, that it's artists owned, and B, they have this $20 level, right? So there's two levels. It's a $10 a month and also $20 a month. What does that $20 a month service get you?
$20 a month gets you a high-def audio quality, so it's CD level quality. You call it lossless, essentially. So it's like, it's as if you're, you know, as if you're playing it on a CD player without the actual CD.
Is that going to make a big difference? Are people going to sign up for 20 bucks a month?
The thing is, for as many people that are currently paying for an existing service, and maybe you'll steal a little bit of those listeners away from the Spotifys and Pandoras, you know, that they're already paying for, there's still millions of people who don't pay for any streaming service. Like, think about it this way. There's 40 million people globally who pay for any streaming service. There's 54 million people on Netflix. So if you can get people to pay for Netflix for $7.99 a month, theoretically, there's all these consumers out there that have it.
But if you're talking about the $10 model, you're basically just, I mean, it could be a wash, and then you're just talking about the interface and whatever service maybe you like a little bit better listening to or looking at.
Right. Yeah, well, I think the other killer app for Tidal and why these 16 artists are involved is because theoretically there's going to be exclusive content that debuts from them first on the service.
And because they're also giving, what, some curated content and other videos available for the $20 level.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Spotify concerned from what you've seen?
At the moment they aren't. I mean, you know, you could look up all the artists that were announced today. None of their catalogs changed. There's no expectation that, you know, their relationship with Spotify will change going forward. What this really does is it just kind of expands the windowing debate, which is the idea of releasing your music on one service first and then to a different catalog, depending on what the goal is to monetize it.
One of the big concerns here has been how artists are compensated for streaming services. There's been a lot of criticism of Spotify. Tidal says they're going to do things differently. Have they explained how?
Well, one key way that they're doing things differently is by not having a free option. The majority of Spotify's revenue currently comes from the ad-supported service. There's only 15 million paying subscribers and over 60 million subscribers total, including free, so there's still a wide gap.
And so the artists who are not on Spotify right now, Taylor Swift, Adele, Beyonce, some of the big names, and others, they're all going to be on Tidal.
That's the expectation. I mean, for example, Taylor Swift does not have a deal for her current album, 1999. At the moment, you can only buy that on iTunes or physically. But the industry in general is moving toward more streaming cloud-based services.
But is streaming at this point getting saturated? I mean, is there a level when everything's going to shake out between Beats, between Spotify, between Tidal, when there might be enough, or are there more coming down the pipeline?
I think we'll see more consolidation for sure. It's still a nascent marketplace at large. It's just the number of players will probably shrink.
And where's the bettor's money right now?
I think the bettor's money is really on Apple and Beats because Jimmy Iovine is behind a huge relaunch that's expected in June. Apple still has more than half the industry's market share, so I think even though Beats music isn't all that familiar, because there's going to be a lot of marketing support and probably some similar artist deals like the ones we saw today, I would put my money on that.
How long do you think it might take for everything to shake out?
6 to 9 months.
Okay. Andrew Hampp, thanks very much from Billboard. Appreciate it.
Thanks.